Welcome. I want you to do something radical right now. Stop. Stop everything. The endless scrolling, the half-finished email, the mental checklist of tasks that never seems to shrink. Just for a moment, stop. Find a place where you can be alone, sit down, and close your eyes. In the quiet theater of your mind, I want you to take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Feel the air as a current of life, filling your lungs, a temporary claim against the entropy of the universe. Hold it. Now, exhale slowly, and with that breath, let go of the noise. And in the profound silence that follows, ask your soul a question so simple it is terrifying. Am I truly living, or am I just existing? Be honest. There is a silent hum of dissatisfaction that underscores the lives of millions. It's the quiet ache you feel on a Sunday evening, the shadow of a week identical to the last. It's the hollow echo after a 3-hour binge watch of a show you won't remember in a month. It's the zombie-like trance of scrolling through the curated highlight reels of other people's lives, a digital ghost haunting the halls of someone else's happiness. This is existing. It is life in grayscale, a predictable, flat, and safe repetition of routines that demand nothing from your spirit and offer nothing in return but the passage of time. But you remember what it feels like to live. You have tasted it in fleeting moments. The electric thrill of a first kiss. The breathtaking vista from a mountain you thought you couldn't climb. The moment an idea sparks in your mind, so brilliant and alive it feels like a lightning strike. The deep, resonant laughter shared with a true friend. That is living. It is life in vibrant, unapologetic technicolor. It is messy, unpredictable, sometimes painful, but it is real. Inside every one of us is a masterpiece waiting to be painted. A world waiting to be traveled, with a scent of foreign spices and the sound of unknown languages filling the air. A dream car, not as a status symbol, but as a vessel for freedom, for spontaneous road trips where the destination is irrelevant. A sense of financial peace that isn't about hoarding wealth, but about owning your time, about having the power to say no to what drains you and yes to what ignites you. We ache for a mind that is a quiet sanctuary, not a raging civil war of anxieties and what-ifs. We crave love that sees us, respect that is earned, and a happiness that is not a fleeting visitor but a permanent resident of our soul. We dream of building something, anything, that we can call our own, a business, a book, a garden, a tangible legacy of our time here. A life that, when we reach its final chapter, we can look back on not with the bitter taste of regret, but with the proud tears of a warrior who fought a good fight. This vision is not a fantasy. It is a possibility. But my question remains, burning like a fuse wire. What are you doing today to bridge the canyon between the life you are existing in and the life you were meant to live? Right now, in this moment, what action are you taking? Are you still a passive consumer of your own life, hoping that one day the script will magically change? Still waiting for the perfect moment, the right sign, the winning lottery ticket? Listen to me, and listen closely. The universe does not deal in magic. This life is a real, tangible, and finite resource. Your time is not a renewable commodity. You don't get a do-over. There is no second act after the final curtain falls. This is it. And in this message, I am not here to sell you the sweet poison of empty platitudes. I am not another voice in the chorus of hollow motivation. I am here to hand you a mirror, polished and unforgiving, so you are forced to look into your own eyes and see the truth. I am here to be the jarring sound of the alarm clock, designed to wake you from a slumber so deep you didn't even know you were asleep. So, for what is to come, do not just listen with your ears. This is not a lecture. It is an activation. Feel these words in your bones. Let them resonate with every disappointment you've ever felt, every dream you've ever deferred. Listen with the fierce urgency of a person whose very life depends on it. Because it absolutely, unequivocally does. If you are ready to shatter the mirror of illusion and begin the hard work of building a life instead of just watching one go by, then let us begin. Let us learn together how not to waste this one, precious, unrepeatable miracle you have been given. Chapter 1. The Currency of Life. Time is the predator, not the prey. Let us begin with the most fundamental and tragically misunderstood law of our existence. Time. You've heard the phrase, and perhaps even said it yourself with a casual sigh, "I'm just killing time." It is one of the most arrogant and delusional statements a human being can make. Let me deliver a truth so stark it should make you shudder. You do not possess the power to kill time. You are not the predator in this relationship. Time is the silent, relentless predator, and you, my friend, are its prey. Imagine your life not as a line, but as a finite, irreplaceable inheritance. On the day you were born, you were gifted a bank account containing exactly 86,400 seconds for each day. It's a unique kind of account. You cannot save today's balance for tomorrow. Every night, whatever you failed to invest is wiped away forever. And you have a finite number of such days. You just don't know the exact number. Every time you mumble, "I'll start tomorrow," you are taking a fistful of this precious currency and setting it on fire. Every hour you lose to the hypnotic void of a social media feed, watching the curated lives of strangers, you are allowing a thief to rob you blind. Every time that morning alarm shrieks and you bargain for just 10 more minutes of numb oblivion, you are not just delaying your day, you are surrendering a piece of your very existence. Why? Because your time is your life. It is not a resource you have. It is the very fabric of what you are. The process is slow, insidious, and silent, which is what makes it so deadly. It's like carbon monoxide poisoning. You don't feel it happening until it's too late. But the clock of your biology is ticking, loud and clear. Your cells are aging. The boundless energy of your youth is a fading memory. The people you love, your parents who once seemed like immortal giants, are growing older, their time also relentlessly flowing away. And your dreams, those vibrant, beautiful dreams? They are waiting in a distant harbor, but the tide is going out. For how long can they wait? That mythical land of someday is the most crowded graveyard in the world. It is filled with unwritten books, unlaunched businesses, untraveled journeys, and unspoken words of love. It is a fantasy you tell yourself to soothe the pain of your present inaction. The universe doesn't recognize someday. It only recognizes now. Your dreams don't care about your well-reasoned excuses. The world doesn't applaud your noble intentions. It only rewards your finished work. The awakening protocol, the alchemy of time. 1. Become a time miser. From this moment forward, view your time as your most valuable asset, more precious than gold or diamonds. Before you commit to anything, a meeting, a social event, an hour of television, ask yourself, is this a worthy investment of a non-renewable portion of my life? Learn to say no with ruthless efficiency to anything that does not align with your highest goals. 2. Conduct a brutally honest time audit. For 1 week, become the meticulous accountant of your own life. Use an app or a simple notebook and track, every 30 minutes, what you are doing. Be brutally honest. If you spent 45 minutes scrolling, write it down. At the end of the week, review your ledger. The shock of seeing where your life truly goes will be the catalyst you need. You will discover the time vampires that are draining you dry. 3. Declare war on time confetti. Our lives are not just lost in huge chunks, but in tiny, almost invisible pieces. The 2 minutes scrolling while waiting for coffee, the 5 minutes checking email for the 10th time, the 10 minutes watching a suggested video. This is time confetti. Individually, they seem harmless. Collectively, they shred your focus and your days into useless scraps. Reclaim these moments. Use them for deep breaths, for reviewing your goals, for reading a single page of a book. 4. Institute the hour of power. Dedicate 1 hour every single day to your most important goal. This hour is sacred. It is non-negotiable. It is the first thing you schedule, not the last. Before the world has a chance to throw its chaos at you, you will have already made a significant deposit into the bank of your future self. 365 hours a year, focused on a single objective, is not just progress. It is transformation. Time can be your greatest ally or your most formidable foe. If you respect it, invest it wisely, and guard it fiercely, it will compound your efforts into a life of mastery and fulfillment. If you disrespect it, squander it, and take it for granted, it will leave you at the end of your days a bankrupt soul, haunted by the ghost of the person you could have become. Chapter 2. The Architect of Your Reality. Abdicate the throne of victimhood. Now that we understand the currency, let's talk about the architect. You. I want you to absorb this next statement down to your cellular level, to let it rewire your entire operating system. Your life, in its entirety, your joys, your sorrows, your successes, your failures, is 100% your responsibility. Not 99%. 100%. This is a terrifying concept for many, because it is so much easier to be a victim. Victimhood is a warm, comfortable cloak. When you are a victim, nothing is your fault. The world is a grand conspiracy against you. I failed because the teacher was unfair. I'm unhappy because my partner doesn't understand me. I'm broke because the economy is rigged. I can't pursue my passion because my family needs me to have a stable job. These narratives are seductive. They protect our fragile egos from the harsh sting of failure. They garner sympathy from others. But this cloak of victimhood is woven with the threads of powerlessness. Every time you blame an external factor for your internal state, you are handing over the steering wheel of your life to something or someone else. You are declaring yourself a passenger in your own journey. Do you know who truly wins in this unforgiving game of life? It is not the one with the best starting hand. It is the one who, regardless of the cards they were dealt, looks at their hand and says, I am the player. I will play these cards to the best of my ability, and I will own the outcome. The winners are those who embrace a mindset of radical ownership. Look at the giants upon whose shoulders we stand. Many of them rose from the ashes of unimaginable adversity. They had every reason to be victims, every right to complain. But they possessed something more powerful than any excuse: a burning, unquenchable hunger for agency. A fire in the belly that declared, I don't care about the darkness around me. I will become my own source of light. They made a conscious, difficult, and deliberate decision to stop being a thermometer, merely reflecting the temperature of their environment, and to become a thermostat, setting the temperature themselves. Your story, your past traumas, your disadvantages, your heartbreaks, is real. It is valid. It has shaped you. But you must decide if it will be your life sentence or your origin story. Will it be the reason you stay down, or the fuel you use to rise up? The awakening protocol. The forging of a sovereign will. 1. Embrace your origin story. Reject the victim script. Acknowledge everything that has happened to you. Write it down. Honor the pain. Then, consciously reframe it. Instead of, this happened to me, try, this happened for me. What did this challenge teach me? What strength did I discover because of this hardship? Your scars are not signs of damage. They are symbols of survival and strength. 2. The daily ownership affirmation. This is not about empty words. It is about reprogramming your mind. Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say aloud, I am the architect of my reality. I am responsible for my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions. My life today is the result of my past choices, and my life tomorrow will be the result of my choices today. 3. The blame fast. Undertake a 30-day challenge. For 30 consecutive days, you are forbidden from blaming anyone or anything for your problems. This includes the weather, the traffic, your boss, your family, and yourself. When you feel the urge to blame, stop. Instead, ask the ownership question. What is the one thing I can do right now to make this situation 0.1% better? 4. Shift from, why is this happening? To, what does this make possible? This is a profound mental shift. The first question is passive and rooted in victimhood. The second is active and rooted in opportunity. Did you lose your job? Why is this happening to me? Versus, what does this freedom now make possible? A failed relationship. Why me? Versus, what does this experience teach me about what I truly need in a partner? You are not weak. You are not unlucky. You have simply been conditioned to give away your power. Starting today, take it back. Stop waiting for a savior. The person you have been waiting for is the person you see in the mirror. Chapter 3. The Gilded Cage. The Treachery of the Comfort Zone. Let's examine the anatomy of a slow death. It looks deceptively pleasant. It's the familiar warmth of your bed in the morning. The mindless comfort of your favorite junk food. The predictable rhythm of a job that asks nothing of your soul. The easy companionship of friends with whom you only discuss superficialities. Waking, scrolling, eating, working, distracting, sleeping. Repeat. This is the comfort zone. It feels safe, feels known. It feels good. But it is the most dangerous place on earth for a human spirit. It is a gilded cage, a velvet coffin. It is where dreams go to die, not with a bang, but with a silent, gradual suffocation. Your brain is a marvel of efficiency. It is designed to conserve energy by automating processes and seeking the path of least resistance. Comfort is a signal to your brain that everything is okay, that no new neural pathways need to be built, no extra energy needs to be expended. In this state of metabolic ease, growth is impossible. Stagnation is the inevitable result. And in the dynamic, ever-changing universe, stagnation is a form of death. All success, all evolution, all moments of transcendent joy and profound self-discovery exist on the other side of a wall of discomfort. That feeling of your heart pounding before you give a presentation? That is the sound of your confidence growing. The burn in your muscles as you push for one more rep? That is the feeling of your body getting stronger. The awkwardness of speaking a new language and making mistakes? That is the sensation of your world expanding. You want to become a masterful public speaker, but you are terrified of standing in front of an audience. You want to build a thriving business, but you are paralyzed by the fear of financial failure. You want a deep, intimate relationship, but you are afraid of the vulnerability it requires. Most people live their entire lives standing before the door of their dreams, but they never turn the knob, because they are unwilling to pay the price of admission, discomfort. They are afraid of the judgment, the embarrassment, the possibility of failure. Let them judge. Let them laugh. History does not remember the critics. It remembers the creators. It does not celebrate the spectators. It celebrates the gladiators who dared to enter the arena, covered in dust and sweat and blood. Think of a lobster. A lobster's shell is hard and rigid. As the lobster grows, the shell becomes confining, a prison. To continue growing, the lobster must undergo a painful and vulnerable process. It must shed its old shell and hide until a new, larger one hardens. The stimulus for the lobster to grow is the feeling of being uncomfortable. If lobsters had doctors, they would never grow, because as soon as they felt discomfort, they'd get a pill and feel fine. The discomfort is the signal that it is time to grow. Your feelings of fear and discomfort are your signal. The awakening protocol. The art of voluntary hardship. 1. Practice daily micro-discomforts. You don't have to climb Mount Everest tomorrow. Start small. Deliberately do one thing every day that makes you slightly uncomfortable. Take a cold shower for 30 seconds. Talk to the barista instead of just ordering. Take a different route to work. Purposefully choose the harder task on your to-do list to do first. This trains your discomfort muscle. 2. Adopt a failure quota. Reframe your relationship with failure. Instead of avoiding it, actively seek it out in small, controlled ways. Set a goal to get rejected once a day. Ask for a small discount. Pitch a wild idea. The goal is not the outcome. The goal is the attempt. This desensitizes you to the sting of no and builds immense resilience. 3. Conduct a fear-setting exercise, popularized by Tim Ferriss instead of goal-setting. Practice fear-setting. Take a goal that scares you. Define. Write down in excruciating detail the absolute worst-case scenario if you attempt it. Prevent. For each point, write down what you could do to prevent it from happening. Repair. For each point, write down what you could do to repair the damage if the worst-case scenario did happen. You will quickly realize that the catastrophic fears in your mind are largely reversible and far less likely than you imagine. 4. Join a tribe of warriors. Surround yourself with people who are also committed to growth, people who see comfort as the enemy. The collective energy of a group that embraces challenges is contagious. It normalizes discomfort and celebrates effort over ease. Your potential is a vast, uncharted territory. Your comfort zone is a tiny, fenced-in backyard. You cannot discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore.